Dear friends, we have Len over here. He imported Lexus ISF with us from Japan. Today he came to pick up this beautiful car. We want to ask Glenn a couple of questions about his experience about importing. So Glenn, can you tell us please, how did you come to this decision to buy this particular Lexus model?
To be honest, Nick, I was always interested in an ISF. I've done a bit of research on the vehicle itself, so we know that it's a performance machine. So couple that with now Lexus reliability.
One coming actually with quite a few upgrades. First of all, this is a 5-liter V8. It's 416 horsepower. Exhaust and intake enhancements. High performance braking system. TOMS body kit is carbon fiber. Side skirt and rear diffuser. Coming with limited slip differentials.
That's right. So one of the more significant upgrades they made from 2009 onwards was the LSD, and according to most commentators, has made a bit of improvement at the handling of the vehicle. So obviously, having a later model ISF, you get the LSD, which probably tends to improve its performance. So,
why did you decide to import it from Japan instead of buying it locally?
Yeah, sure. I did look at a few ISFs locally. Probably one of the reasons maybe importing was we know there was possibly some cost savings, but also a wider selection of vehicles available.
How did you find about us?
To be honest, I just thought that obviously there being quite a few ISFs having been imported in New Zealand, that it must be a viable sort of approach to take when obtaining one. So really I just googled importing a vehicle from Japan, and we came up with your company, Nick, through our searches on the internet. Really.
All right, and how was your experience with our service? Apparently team was looking after you. It was Julian and Jenny over there. And
yeah.
So how was your experience in finding, locating this car in Japan?
Look, the guys are great, very attentive, especially early on in the process when they knew that we sort of had interest, and so really valuable in terms of giving you an idea of how you go about going through the import process and finding a car on option. So I speak very highly of the help we received from you guys, selecting our vehicle and finding it in all stages. So yeah,
thank you, Glenn, for that. And so did you have some initial worries or concerns before importing?
Yeah, I have to say, Nick, that probably the biggest factor that you sort of think about before you embark on the process is the possible pitfalls and risks involved, and certainly having to outlay the purchase price ahead of even seeing or knowing the vehicle actually exists is a bit of a concern, but we took the plunge, and obviously it's turned out that there's not a problem at all, and yep, the vehicle's here now today. It's been a positive experience.
And when it comes to the Japanese auctions, was it easy for you to understand Japanese auction system, how it works?
Yeah, I found it reasonably easy in the end. Obviously, initially it takes a little bit of just getting your head around how things work, but your team, Nick, sort of helped me through that process, and I think once you become familiar with how it works, then it actually gives you quite a lot of confidence. I think the appraisal system seems to be pretty effective, and the bidding system works. You just got to be know what you're doing, and once you've got that sort of worked out, then yeah, it's full steam ahead. So it wasn't too bad, to be honest.
In terms of auction grading, you got auction grade 4.5B, so this is only done 65,000 kilometers. So did you consider lower auction grade, like maybe 4?
No, for me, Nick, I was looking for a nice tidy vehicle, especially with collectible type, which the ISF is. We would have looked at maybe a grade 4, but the fact that we came up with a grade 4.5 was sort of an added bonus. So, yeah.
Yes, you mentioned about collectible. We actually have customers who are going after GDMs. Just recently we bought Evolution 8 2003. So you believe that this car will become one of those kind of GDMs sought after, collectible and with appreciation in the future, right?
Yeah, no, I do think so, Nick, from what I've seen and what I've heard, and what we're already seeing is the ISF will be a sought after car in years to come, and I think your current import regulations are probably going to actually accentuate that effect, given that a lot of the earlier models won't be able to be brought in soon, according to my understanding.
Yes, it's actually already happened from start of May. We cannot import any cars which are 2010 or 11, only starting from 2012.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will increase value of cars. Like, how many ISFs have you seen, or like how many vehicles have you seen at the auctions during your search? For example, compared to New Zealand, what you see over here on the local market, compared to Japan, how was the selection in your eyes?
Yeah, good. Obviously, they have quite a number of ISFs coming up, probably more than would be available in the local market. We did sort of look quite religiously for a few weeks, and probably half a dozen ISFs per week going to auction.
Thank you, Glenn, for all of your insight, and could you recommend us or this importing service to another customers who also considering importing their next car directly from Japan?
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. I would highly recommend import your car as a way of obtaining a vehicle imported from, another country. And the assistance they've given me has been of real benefit in making me feel confident about the whole process. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, thank you so much.